Hey girl.
Hey, I had no idea my camera was even low. Okay, let me get my business. I was being so good with my
Okay.
screen share. Okay, one sec. Present. Okay, back to Summit. So I created a page for all of us, whoever's going to Summit, or if you just want more information on Summit, this Facebook page for everyone attending Summit that can plug in there. We're gonna start to talk more about getting hotels situated, and we always talk about the schedule of things. Sometimes we have small team gatherings before events so we can get together and take pictures. Um, I think this summit is going to be one of the best summits ever. I'm not super stoked about going to St. Louis. We've been to cooler places. I've never been there though, so I can't speak from experience. But the reason I think it's going to be amazing is obviously because we haven't been together in 2 years at a summit. And Summit is the one event, if you can only be at one event all year long, that's the one to go to. I can't even describe it. It's just incredible. It's like go, go, go the whole time. You end up exhausted at the end, but it's so worth it. And I think probably the workout in the street with 20,000 people is something you will never forget. And just the workouts with the super trainers and the keynote speakers and all the value that you get from it. And then, of course, the team bonding and getting to see everybody in person and getting to meet teammates within our bigger team that maybe you haven't met before, but you've seen. I just love Summit, obviously. So I'm so excited we get to be back there. Register if you haven't. If you have questions about it and want to reach out, please ask whatever you like. But again, that page is there as a little resource for all of us as Summit gets a little bit closer. We also talk about what we're going to wear, of course. March Team Challenge is our Emerald and Emerald Again challenge. It's going on. I think there's like $115 in the pot, but then we have 2 people who are qualified for the drawing so far. Michelle's one of them. Woo-hoo. Yes. And so keep pushing. That's where you either sign 2 preferred customers or a combination of 2 coaches by the end of the month, and you'll get put in that drawing for every time you go Emerald or Emerald Again. And then Super Weekend is coming up. It is the weekend of April 22nd and 24th. And that's where you can look up on the coach office if you have a local event near you. I know I saw on the Portland page, they're kind of back and forth on what they're going to do, but you can always plug into the coach office and find out where your local event is going to be. Also a super fun thing to attend. Even if you don't know anybody, I'd say just go. And there's always huge announcements happening and fun stuff going on. And recognition, I just wanted to say, I know I talked about Punta Cana before, but I wanted to say congrats to the coaches who earned the Success Club trip. And I know there were people who earned it who couldn't go, myself included. And I just wanted to say what a big deal it is to get to go on this trip. It's all inclusive. It's paid for by Beachbody. It's truly like they spoil the crap out of you with these parties, and it's really an incredible experience. So if you are achieving Success Club every single month, you will get an invite to go, and it's in Mexico next year in Cancun. So be there with us next year. I will be there. My room is booked. I booked a suite this time to make up for the fact that I didn't get to go to Punta Cana. So we'll party in my suite together, okay? All right, now to the nitty gritty. So I talked about on the top of the call before I got cut off was the top 5 jobs you have as a coach in order to create momentum and success in your business. And again, I said, sometimes we get clouded by all the shiny things and then we lose focus of what we're actually supposed to be doing. I'm guilty of this. I know a lot of us are. So that's why I wanted to bring it back to the basics tonight. So your first job always is be on your own journey first. For the most part, majority of the coaches who have joined our team started as challengers. We started as a customer. We started as a customer for one reason or another. We wanted to get healthy. We wanted to change some habits. And we fell in love with the community and our results along the way. And then someone invited us to become part of the team community at that point. So don't lose focus of what initially drew you into this business, because that's what's going to draw other people in as you share your own journey that you should be on. So are you doing a program from start to finish? Are you working towards getting results? When was the last time you had a before and after? And it doesn't have to be something that's weight loss oriented, but when was the last time you had results to share with your audience? Are you following the nutrition? Are you doing gut protocol, ultimate reset, 3-day refresh, energize, portion fix? Nutrition for us is a huge umbrella of things. Of course, portion fix and 2B mindset being our like main nutrition programs, but there's so much else to it in terms of nutrition. So make sure you are following or including one of those nutrition options in your own journey. And then personal development's huge, right? It's one of our vital behaviors. It's part of our job as a coach to better our mind through podcasts or the National Wake Up Call, books, faith-based learning, and of course, team calls and getting plugged in with our team and our community and awesome trainings. But personal development should be that job that's on your own journey to help you become the better you from the inside out. Oh, we got someone there. Liz is joining us. Okay, job number 2, now that you're on your journey, your second job is to share what you're doing with people. I know this is the scariest part of what we do and inviting, but we have to be talking about what we're doing or no one's ever gonna know what we're doing. Maybe they'll notice we look good or feel good or what we're talking about, but I hear you, Corley. Oh. She's saying hello. Oops. Anyway, you have to be sharing in one form or another. And there's different ways to share what you're doing. Of course, a huge piece of what we do is through social media. So we can have very, very simple post ideas like a Motivation Monday, just sharing an inspirational quote, something that motivated you to get up and do your workout, or a Tasty Tuesday healthy recipe from the Gut Protocol, or a Woman Crush Wednesday. Talk about these amazing women on our team and how you just got to go on an all-inclusive vacation with them, or you get to go to Summit with them, or that you just get to be on a team call on a Monday night with them and to fill your cup up. Or a Thirsty Thursday where you share your Energize or your Shakeology. These are all such simple things that I think we overlook, and we think sometimes we're being redundant in sharing the same thing, but I promise you, you're not. And the people that are going to continue to follow you are going to continue to follow you no matter how much you talk about your Energize or your Shakeology. And maybe that day is the day they really needed to hear about Energize because they were really tired, even though they had heard about it for weeks and weeks from you. So don't think anything's too mundane to share, too simple, or that you're repeating yourself too much, because most of your audience doesn't see everything you post and share all the time. Another thing I love to do, obviously, is we share our workout clips. I just threw up a few apps that I like to use to help edit photos and videos. I use ones like Splice, and Hyperlapse is one that speeds up or slows down your videos. Triller, obviously using Reels, and TikTok and remixing things that way are a great way to make those workout videos eye-catching. But again, it doesn't even have to be that fancy. You can set up your camera, record yourself in real time, put a fun filter over it, and share 3 moves from your workout for today. So that's one way we can share. Another way we can share is obviously just word of mouth with our friends, our family, our coworkers. I remember when I first started in the challenge groups I participated in before I was a coach, I wear scrubs to work. So I'm never in something that's like form-fitting, but I had coworkers notice that my face looked different and that I just looked like I had lost weight, and they were asking me about it. So you're your own billboard, and not that weight loss is everyone's goal, but people will notice. They'll notice you drinking your shake somewhere. Friends and family, of course, anyone that's in your close circle, those are the people that you should be talking to. Because if you can't even invite your best friend to do this with you, how are you going to invite, someone you met on the street to do this with you, or your hairdresser or something? But don't be too shy to talk about what you're doing and what you're loving. We would do the exact same thing if we loved a lip gloss. We would tell everybody about it. So make sure that you're doing the same thing with your business and your health and fitness journey. And then the last way that we share our journey is just simply reaching out and inviting someone. As simple as that. Sending a DM or a Facebook message to somebody or a text and saying, hey, I'm doing this new thing. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm feeling great. I'm doing these online workouts in this group setting. Do you think you'd want to do it with me? We have a boot camp starting on the 1st. So you have to be willing to send out those personal invites. And of course, also asking for referrals is another great way to share your journey and share it with people who maybe you didn't have a direct connection with. So always ask for referrals. Your job, your third job as a coach is to, I called it the Beachbody bubble. So be all in our Beachbody bubble, in our coach community. Things like the National Wake Up Call. I want everyone to be engaging on our team pages. Maybe find a success partner, someone that's another coach that you can maybe team up with. Maybe you're both brand new coaches or both working towards Diamond, and you really want to link arms and work together and just get to know each other, get to know more people on our team. We span the entire country, and just because we don't get to see each other face to face all the time doesn't mean that we can't reach out and get to know the person across the screen or the phone. I think that's one thing I've noticed, to be honest, in the last year and a half, is that I don't feel like our newer teammates are engulfing themselves as much in the Beachbody bubble as I think in years past. And that could be because we didn't have as many live events. So that barrier was there, but you can still do your part to plug into the Beachbody resources, to the team page, find a success partner, start to tag each other on social media, and of course, attend a live event when we can. And I think all of these things help kind of fill your cup up in terms when it can be really lonely and hard sometimes, because we are here. I'm here in my room by myself, working my business a lot of the time. And we forget to like lean in and connect with the rest of our teammates who are doing the same thing. And it just helps fill your cup up. It helps fill with that sense of community, and know that we are all in this together and here to help support one another. So be in that Beachbody bubble. And number 4, I think this is one of the most important jobs you have as a coach. And it's just to get out of your own way and to get over some things, to get over judgment of others, what people are going to think of you because you're posting your sweaty selfie or because you're dancing around like a fool like I do during my workouts. Stop caring what other people think of you. They do not pay your bills. I can say that again if you guys need me to, but I heard that quote, and I do struggle with this big time, and you guys maybe don't think it because I post a lot and I've done this for a long time, but I still struggle. I posted before and after picture yesterday, and I was really nervous to share it. And I said, you know what, this is gonna help somebody. And if someone has anything negative to say about it, I hope they don't say it to me. And their opinion doesn't pay my bills. So you have to get over feeling like you're being judged by others. The comparison game is also a nasty one. Even with amongst each other as coaches, seeing someone else post something and thinking like, oh, well, I can't be as good as her because I don't have pretty graphics or post as well as, like, I think, Michelle is like next level on her graphics. She's a teacher, like that's her wheelhouse. I'm not as artistic, and that's okay. We have different aesthetics. You shouldn't look like anybody else, nor should your social media. So just do you. And yes, it's great to get ideas and influence from others, but put your blinders on and just do what feels right for you. And I think it's that comparison that can just hold you back from doing anything because you're too worried about being perfect or posting like someone else. I think fear of failure is something we need to get over. We will fail. I have failed many times in this business, but I continue to show up and push past it. Those failures have just made me work harder and smarter and learn from, so I can get to the next goal of mine. So you have to let go of fear of failure and fear of rejection. You will also hear no so many times. I heard this from a top coach when I was a brand new coach, and she was like a top 10 in the network. And she said, the only difference between you and me is that I have heard no more times than you. So you have to expect that you're going to hear no. And I really, truly believe it's just a not right now, because I have people come back to me years later that want to sign up with me and join me because I've been showing up and being consistent and they've been watching. So these things are going to happen, but this is why you have to build a strong mindset. And that's where that personal development comes in the personal part of your journey. And I don't want those things when they pop up, because they will, to paralyze you from doing the things that you need to do to move your business forward. But if you work on that mindset and that muscle, just like you would on your bicep, you will be stronger and you will be able to push the comparison, the judgment, the fear, the rejection aside because you were prepared for it. Job number 5 is to be consistent with jobs 1 through 4. That's it. It doesn't mean you have to show up every single day the same way. It doesn't mean that you're not going to fall off the wagon. It doesn't mean that you're not going to go on family vacation or need to unplug from social media. I do all of those things, but I still show up on a consistent level all the time. Even I just had a long 3-day stretch of work that really kicked my butt, and I was off social media for a good 24 hours plus. And that's okay, because if I'm sharing what my life is and people know I work weird hours, they're gonna know that I unplug from time to time. Or if I'm going on date night, or if my family's doing a little quick getaway for the weekend. I just want you guys to know consistency looks different for everybody, but consistency is not posting a sweaty selfie once every 6 weeks. You have to be doing the things that I just highlighted, jobs 1 through 4, on a consistent basis. Like I've heard many times before, if you want this to be a hobby, you work it like a hobby. If you want your income to be reflected as a job, you work it like a job. And that doesn't mean working your business like a hobby is a bad thing. There's many, many team members that this is an amazing hobby. What an amazing positive hobby to be a part of. Teammates, community, health, wellness, like that's what a hobby should bring to your life. So that's great. But if you're looking to really scale and grow, you have to look at what that consistency is going to look like in order for you to do those things. All right. Any questions? Anything anyone wants to add? I want to know in the comments what's the hardest job out of all 5 of these, which are your own journey, sharing. What was job number 3? Oh, being in the Beachbody bubble, mindset or getting over yourself, or consistency. Like, what's the hardest one for everybody? I'm just curious. Hard to type and talk. McKenna says mindset. Jacqueline says mindset. Being in the bubble is my favorite too. And mindset, yeah. I think mindset, and it doesn't matter what level of coaching you're at. I was trying to decide if it gets harder or easier the longer you're a coach, but it's different because you're at a different level. You're comparing yourself to different types of coaches as you grow. And then as a newer coach, you're comparing yourself to new coaches that come on and maybe hit the ground running and you feel left in the back. But I think being in the bubble is hard due to, Shannon said, due to her schedule. And that's true. We all have such different lives and schedules, which is why I love, like, we have team calls, but we also have the National Wake Up Call. We have different Beachbody community pages you can be a part of. But I think just like engulfing yourself in the culture of Beachbody is what's most important, because I get whiplash. Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm the same way. So McKenna's saying like, yes, I got this, I'm doing this, I'm on fire. And then the next minute you're like, I suck, I can't do this, no one wants to do this with me. Ugh. That was me this week. And we all have those moments, but I know McKenna pours into personal development and I know she knows better, and we all do. And we all, especially we've practiced, we've built that muscle over time, and we've all been able to pull ourselves out of those moments and talk to your coaches or your success sisters, your success partners, and tell them, you know, my coach, Sarah, she's not really an active coach within our team anymore, my upline coach, but she messages me on the regular and she just says, what's up, what's going on, tell me all the things. And I just like, blah, like I word vomit onto her of all these things I'm feeling insecure about. And she's there to reassure me and she's there to lift me up. So have that person that can be there for you when that mindset starts to sway a little bit. Liz says consistency. I think same, like McKenna said, it's like that whiplash thing, like you're rocking and rolling, you're so consistent, and then you get knocked on your butt and you're like, sometimes it's hard to get started again. I think that's when you really have lost your mojo, it's hard to just pick up. But I think then when we do lose that consistency, you start over at job one. And I don't mean the workout program. I mean the job one that I described tonight, which is your journey, and then go to sharing. So yeah, just again, back to basics. When in doubt, back to basics.
I kind of want to add something really quick, Kinsey. I was just thinking, I just want to remind you, like, one of the obviously main parts is like us being in the journey. And I think it's really easy to like have life get crazy and not go all into a program. But when my business was doing its best is when I went all in and I had amazing results. And so I just want to encourage you, like, no matter where you're at, no matter how crazy life is, like, find a program that you enjoy, that you are excited to show up to do. It doesn't have to be a launch. It can be any program, like whatever gets you fired up and you're excited to share, do that and share that, because that like passion is so contagious. And for me, I feel like launches a lot of times aren't my best like sellers when they first come out. It's whatever product I'm doing or whatever program that I'm sharing the ins and outs. So I just want to encourage you, if you have not committed to a program that you're going all in, sit down and really think about what program you want to do and share that, because people are going to watch, and if they can see that you're excited about it, they're going to be excited about it.
Absolutely. I think a great example for me personally was when I did the Ultimate Reset a couple weeks ago. It's like I couldn't tell someone in July to buy an Ultimate Reset for over $200. That's this program that you can't eat anything. No, you can eat a lot of stuff, but that's challenging and restrictive a little bit. I couldn't sell that in July if I wasn't doing it. But when I was doing it, I always have an insane amount of people that are willing to do the Ultimate Reset for over $200, wouldn't even buy a challenge pack for 140. But it's because I'm engulfed in it and I'm sharing the entire experience along the way, and they're seeing my results, they're seeing my progress. And just like McKenna said, you don't have to follow Beachbody's launch plan. I went back to 80-day obsession, haven't done that program in since it launched. You launch something yourself. You can always find a crew to do it with you, or do the program and then share your journey along the way. And then by the end, there's going to be a bunch of people who want to do that program because they saw you doing it too. Yeah, Michelle, passion is what sells. Absolutely. Absolutely. McKenna. Oh, you gotta crack me up. Well, I am so excited. We don't have topics for team calls for next month on the books yet. If you guys have anything that you would like us to cover, please let us know. Or if you have any guest speakers you'd love to hear from, or whatever it is. We'll try and get Jericho and Elise, like on the call. McKenna's BFFs with Elise, so we'll work on that. And Carl. Oh, McKenna, you text Carl real fast? Okay, thanks. So anyway, let us know if there's something you guys feel like you're struggling with or you'd love clarification on. We'd love to, we always want these calls to obviously be beneficial for you. So yeah, we'll throw up a post or maybe a poll even, but you guys can add whatever you like if there's stuff you want to hear from us about. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. I am excited that it's still light outside after a call. Can we just give up? All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you for being here with us tonight, and we'll see ya in our Beachbody bubble, right?